Hey guys, we're back at it again with another anime review, unscripted, raw, in the moment, but this time, very chill, of the series, Call of the Night.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's everyone's favorite anime and manga channel, lOsTAKUS. It's your boy Eric.
And I'm JT.
And we are continuing our reviews of Feeling Like Series 4, the summer anime. And next up is Call of the Night. Let's get into it. JT, tell the people the genres of this anime.
Honestly, not much. When I thought about it, there wasn't much to go through. So, supernatural, romance, comedy, and chill.
You chill, he chill, we all chill, bro.
Oh, a minor action. A little bit of action.
Yeah, a little bit of action.
Yeah. But more of the chill side.
Yeah.
Little summary about Call of the Night. So we have our boy, Ko, and one day in school, he gets confessed to, and he did not know how to take it, so he just said no. And then people or girls, or like her friends, I guess, and other classmates, like they just start shitting on our boy, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, why didn't you do that? You're a loser. You're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of like they pressured him.
Yeah.
He kind of felt pressured and he thought it was weird. He's like, yeah, this is some dumb stuff I have to put through. I have to go through. So yeah, no thanks, school. So he stopped going to school. One night, chilling in the night, there's a beer vending machine because in Japan, they have vending machines for everything. And he's all like, let's live a little, you know?
Yeah.
And right when he was about to push the button, a girl was all like, you don't look old enough to drink. He's like, no, I'm not. I wasn't. Bye. And then he tried to leave and then she stops him. He also had trouble sleeping, like insomnia, because just all of this unnecessary pressure that he was feeling. And then she tells him, like, to me, it looks like you can't sleep at night, right? He's like, what? And then she's all like, boom, bro, I'm right. It's like, you know what? A little nice chill moment helps a person sleep better. Like if you have a fun day, you'll sleep better and it's nighttime. So let's hang out. They hanged out. She takes him back to her apartment. And right when he's trying to fall asleep, he's like, I'll just pretend to be asleep. So like, hey, you asleep, bro? And I'm just pretending like whatever. He's like, okay, good. He's like, And then
he dies. That's the end of the story. No,
it's all like, did you just bite me? He's like, oh, you were awake? It's like, yeah, but did you just bite me? Yeah, I'm a vampire. And our boy is surprised by that. Vampires exist. So he's all like, how do I become a vampire? He learns how to become a vampire. And that's his goal. It's a 14-year-old boy, bored of his mundane life, now wants to become a vampire. If that sounds interesting to you, maybe I didn't make it sound interesting, but really, my guys, this anime is just so chill, so laid back.
It's a really, really chill anime. And yeah, something I would definitely recommend for a lot of people as well.
It's just an adolescent boy learning what relationships are, honestly. One of the first questions when they have a conversation, she asked him, you don't have any friends, do you, kid? He's all like, at what point do you consider someone a friend?
We're like, this is a 14-year-old kid, bro. He's just asking like the philosophical questions. Is like, at what point is someone your friend, dude? And I was like, bruh. Now that got me thinking.
And then I'm like, this kid has a stick up his ass, but okay. He's just really curious. He's like detailed curious on relationships and stuff like that. And slowly throughout the series, he's gonna grow and learn about these. And it's really cool. If you like Durarara and if you like Furikuri or Fooly Cooly, check this anime out.
Check it out.
And if it doesn't sound interesting to you, you watch the first episode, doesn't sound interesting to you. If you like hip hop, if you like R&B, check out the music.
Yeah.
The music is done by Creepy Nuts. Go check out the opening, Danten, and then check out the ending, which is the title of the anime, Call of the Night. Now, why is it the title of the anime? Yofukashi no Uta. That's the name in Japanese for the anime. Coincidence? No, my friends. Story goes is that the manga artist had created the series and it was greenlit to be serialized and he didn't have a title for it. And one of his favorite groups, his favorite bands, put out a single. It was called Yofukashi no Uta. He listened to it and he's all like, this is dope. I'm gonna name my manga that. 2 years later, the company tells him like, hey, you're getting an anime. It's like, cool. Hey, so my manga was named after this band and they're like my favorite, like can we get that song to play it on the manga? Because like they totally inspired me to name my manga after their song. And I guess the editor or publishers, they're all like, hold on. They come back the next day and they're all like, yeah, we're gonna use the song. We made a deal. We're gonna use their song, but also they're gonna make the whole track. Soundtrack,
OST, bro.
Soundtrack, opening, the Yofukashi no Uta was used as the ending. So that's very inspirational, bro.
It's like
someone,
oh my god.
But not only used the song that inspired him to call his name of his manga, but also just to make the whole soundtrack of his anime. It's freaking dope. And it worked. It worked to perfection. This entire anime is just hip hop, rap, R&B vibes.
Yeah.
Go check it out. If anything, just for the aesthetic of what the soundtrack did for this anime. It's fantastic. Trivia. So the duo, because it's two people in the group of Creepy Nuts, it's a DJ and a rapper. They made their seiyuu debut, their voice acting debut on episode 6. So if you watch episode 6, they're actually the two guys that were hitting on Nazuna, the female MC. Go check out. Oh, I already said the openings.
Yeah, the openings, endings. Yeah.
Opening endings. Just go check it out. Link in the description for sure. For sure.
Bangers, bro. Banger music, bro. So check them out.
And if you like the opening and ending, me personally, my favorite chill song of the summer is the insert song that you hear every time Ko and Nazuna, the main MC and the female MC, whenever they have a cool chill moment or just like just a great little moment, there's a song that always hits.
Yeah.
The song's name is Lost Time by Creepy Nuts. My favorite chill song of the summer. If you want a song to listen to at night.
In the summer or anytime?
The whole year. It's probably going to be my song of the year. Probably. Because I've been listening to it over and over again. Especially when I edit these videos. Go listen to that song. Lost Time by Creepy Nuts.
I was literally listening to it yesterday. Last night when I was driving. Literally was. I shit you not.
It feels like you're driving. You're just jamming out to that song, bro.
Yeah. It's great. I'm butchering it. But go check it out. Go check it out.
TV rating.
TV rating. Whoo. So
obviously,
I would do for the TV rating for this one. I think I would give it MA, honestly, because of some of the scenes in there. That's just me. Am I correct?
Nope. TV 14.
Okay. TV 14. There you go.
TV 14 because TV PG isn't PG like it's for everybody. You're getting confused by the ratings. You're getting confused between. So I'm using TV ratings because these are airing
on TV,
on streaming, which is for TV, not films. Films and TVs have different ratings. So TV PG is basically parental guidance, which means there may be something inappropriate here for youngsters under 13. TV 14 is maybe there's some more adult mature content for 14 and over. And that rating is just for parents or guardians to know that there might be some adult situations here, but it might not be sexual or too sexual, but enough. And then TVMA is when it's full blown like etchy.
I see.
Like even High School DxD or something like that could be TMA.
The more you know.
There you go. So TV 14, because this is just them chilling for the most part, but there's a lot of sexual innuendos here.
Yeah, a lot.
Our boy is learning about romance. He's never had emotional feelings like that. So there's a lot of learning, but nothing too etchy. Like if you hate etchiness, I don't think you'll hate this one.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
If that interested you, please go check it out. This is one of my favorite animes of the summer. It totally did not fit summer.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it doesn't fit in summer. I think it would have fit better in winter or fall.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Because it's really chill, bro. It's so laid back. It's just I can't even say fun. It's just very...
Yeah, it's...
Like, I just want to sit there and watch it and not even think about much because the boy is learning from me.
Go check it out. We're about to get into some spoilers about what we liked and what we didn't like. So stop the video now. If not, continue with us. Spoiler. We told you if you keep continuing, that's your own fault. Let's get into it. What did you like about the anime or what didn't you like?
I will let you start off with what you didn't like because I kid you not, I really had no problems with this anime.
All right. I guess for me, the things that I didn't like about this anime were, one, that there wasn't some sort of big issue up until the end with the vampire hunter. because I was just like, oh, there's this girl or there's this woman here. She looks like a vampire hunter. She meets him. Oh, I'm an investigator. I was like, oh, dang, she's not a vampire hunter. He ends up meeting her in another situation later on in which she kills a vampire. And I'm like, you're a vampire hunter. I called it. But that wasn't up until like episode, what was it?
10.
Like 10.
There's 13
episodes. And like, you're not introducing this quote unquote kind of like antagonist
villain,
person
lOsTAKUS.
at the end. And I was like, dang, I wish I would have gotten more of her, because I was like, she's hella my type.
Mature.
But I was just like, dang, this would have been good had she appeared earlier. And that's something that they face towards like the majority of the anime. But still, it didn't take away much from it, but still I was just like, that's something that bothered me a little bit.
Anko is her name, and here's my feedback on that. I really didn't have a problem with this anime because we got 9 episodes of Ko Yamori-kun just like a kid excited to become a vampire. So the way to become a vampire is to fall in love with the vampire that's going to turn you into a vampire to become the offspring. So he has to fall in love with the girl that he first met, which was Nazuna. Nazuna isn't very romantic. She's all like, you want to fall in love with me, kid? That's your job. I'm not going to fall in love with you, or I'm not going to attempt to make you fall in love with me. That's it. Just the fact that he knew that vampires existed. Vampires are different from humans. His human life he feels is boring. And then Nazuna, the first night they spent together, in terms of chilling at night, the whole experience that he got with her on the first night like blew his mind. Like, it's cool. There's a world out there that he doesn't know of. There's a new world at night to explore. And that's why he wanted to become a vampire. And it isn't until Anko was introduced that she, in terms of villains, isn't really a villain. She's just very super logical, like a logical adult. It's all like, hey kid, listen to what you're saying. You want to become a vampire. That's stupid. Like, I think you're so childishly thinking about this that you're not thinking about the consequences that are going to happen once you become a vampire. Like, think about it. Do you think you're going to be able to suck blood, a human being's blood, the moment you become a vampire? He never thought about that. Like, I guess because they were vampires, supernaturals. I don't know what mindset he had, but when he saw a vampire die in front of his eyes, that's the first thing he's ever seen in terms of death. He was mind blown. He's like, oh, vampires can die too. Yep. Like, did you think you were going to be immortal, kid? Do you think that's it? Immortality is cool? He's like, yeah, if you become a vampire, I'm going to kill you, kid.
Which was so lit. I was like, he's telling this child, I'm going to murder you.
There's someone out there, like, vampires should not exist. Like, we are human beings. She kind of had like a racist mind in there in between humans and vampires. It's like, vampires are monsters. They should not exist in this world. So it's my job to get rid of them.
And she knows how.
The most G shit that she did this entire series. He's all like, okay, lady, I hear you, but, and she looks at him. He's like, you're not gonna change your mind, are you? It's like, I can't. And she's all like, all right, kid, you forced me to do this. I try to talk to you logically. Deet, 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 deet. Hello, police.
She calls the cops on him.
She's all like, yeah, I've been seeing this 14-year-old, this teenage boy walking around the streets. I'm worried about him. Can you contact him? Like, yeah, he's been in the streets like every night. Yeah, please just find out what's wrong with him. Hangs up. He's like, there you go, kid.
Better get the step in.
Good luck now adventuring at night. And then he's like, oh shit. He takes off running and then he's all like, ah. That wasn't like anything like amazing. That's just the fact that she used logic as something so simple to be able to scare the shit out of the MC. Anything else wrong?
Golden. In the beginning, I did not like Nazuna. I was like, poor Ko. He's too young, too immature. He doesn't know what's going on. She's just leading this boy on. And I was like, that really bothered me at the beginning, knowing that he had to fall in love with her. I'm like, she's not gonna fall in love back. And then it built up from there. And then I'm like, okay, at the end, I was just like, yeah, okay, now this is nice. Through spending time with her, because she's a tsundere, and what's the trope in tsunderes? You spend enough time with them, you break down their wall, then they start showing like their actual feelings. So, but they didn't really say at the end, like what happened. Like they're just kind of continuing on. They left it open-ended at the end. So another one of my gripes was just like, well, is he gonna accomplish it or not? Is he gonna die? Is Homegirl gonna kill him? I don't know.
Me, personally, I love tsunderes. Tsunderes are my favorite archetype characters because they add more to the story than any other archetype. Yeah, Nami.
Oh.
Naomi is totally tsundere, bro.
I was gonna point out your best tsundere.
Yeah, they probably
Asuka.
can't see her.
Yeah.
They probably can't see Asuka. Because if you think about it, more than any other archetype in anime, tsunderes usually have more to tell or more to add to the story because it's a lot more layers to peel away than most characters because there's two types. Type A, or I don't know, A, B. I sometimes forget them or get them confused, but there's two types. The first type that I'm thinking of right now is the one where they are usually mean or rude or push away the love interest. And in this case, it's kind of in between.
Yeah, it's an in between.
She just told Ko, like, I'm not going to fall in love with you. Like, that's the only way you can become a vampire, but I'm not going to do any of the job. That's up to you, kid. And then the second part is they push away everybody else around them, except for their love interest. So she falls more into the first type that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What I really loved about her is the fact that she is super shy.
Oh, yeah.
She does a lot of sexual jokes, which is funny. But then when it comes to romance and Ko like telling her when he first told her like, I'm going to fall in love with you, she like blushed, like she was losing it. And then when he met his friend, there was a friend that he met again, Akira, when he met Akira, he's all like, yeah, you see this vampire? Yeah, I'm going to fall in love with her. And she's all like, how can you say that out loud in public? So whenever he meets his friend Akira, and she's like, hey, Ko, I'm hungry. So she bites him, and then he's in the corner crying. He's all like, don't do that to me in front of my friends. And then it happens again later on. He's all like, I already told you, stop doing that to me in front of my friends.
Oh, man.
There's a couple of times where she's like hungry or whatever, and then he's all like, here, go ahead, bite me. And she's all like, how can you show yourself like that? Expose yourself like that? Like, cover yourself, kid. But whenever he expresses romantic feelings to her and he puts it into words, like she always just like shies away.
Backs off. He's like,
yeah.
Oh, no, too much.
Too much. It's too sugary to me, bro.
Yeah.
And again, spoilers, if you're still here, I'm gonna explain to you like why tsundere breaks down. It's great. Again, she told him, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. I'm not gonna put any effort. And at the end of the story, she's all like, I put a lot of effort into this.
It totally contradicted herself.
Yeah, when Anko approached him and told him like, hey, think about it. Don't become a vampire. Like, that's stupid. That's dangerous. They shouldn't exist. And some people may hate it. We get 9 episodes of him fully trying to fall in love with Nazuna, fully trying to become a vampire, having fun, chilling with her. And then all of a sudden, one character breaks all of that. No, logic broke all of that. He was having too much fun. Then when you sit down and think about it, oh, that might be wrong. So Nazuna saw this and he told her like, hey, I met this detective before. He's calling her a vampire hunter, but she introduced herself as a detective. He tells her like, this is what she told me. And he's all like, are you gonna back away from becoming a vampire now or what? And instead of her trying to convince him, she just laid it out for him. Like, okay, well, she's right.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, being a vampire sucks, bro. We don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're like going out there and getting a job, interacting with people, that's just living a regular life. And doing that over and over again for years becomes boring and mundane, bro. So when I first met you, I sounded cool because I was trying hard. I, every day, tried to find something else for us to do. Like, I speak like I know what I'm talking about, but bro, before I met you, I was bored. She's like, so she's not lying. So if you don't, she just tells him like, if you don't want to become a vampire, like I agree, don't.
Yeah. And
she flees off and leads him to his thoughts.
Yeah, but just think about it. The main antagonist in this story, logic.
But I like that because have you ever had someone that you like? You do things to impress them, right? She said she wasn't gonna try. She tried. She tried in her own way. She just never expressed it.
Yeah.
But she tried to keep this dude entertained so that he could fall in love with her. This is what he wanted. So she's all like, I like hanging out with this kid because when I'm with this kid, I'm not bored. So if I make him to a vampire, then maybe I won't be bored.
Yeah.
And at the end, that's Ko's logic. Ko, he's all like, she's boring. Or he tells her to her face. They have a conversation, like he said at the end. They have a conversation. He's all like, you told me that you're always bored before you met me. Well, same goes for me. I was bored before I met you. Like, my life started hitting a point to where I didn't know what I wanted to do. But ever since I met you, I started having fun. in the future we have nothing to do, so long as we're together, we bored together, and that would probably be fun. So he's all like, so I'm gonna become a vampire, trust me. And that's how the anime ended. And that was the second time, not the first time, it was the second time that she actively went in for a kiss from him. Instead of biting him on the neck, she kissed him at the end. And that's pretty much how the anime wrapped up. And now Anko,
That was beautiful.
Anko, the vampire slayer, she's all like, he made his choice.
You gotta kill him. Get wrecked, kid.
So it took a whole season for him to open up Nazuna's heart. Try to pronounce Nazuna's name completely. Nazuna Nanaxa.
Nanaxa. Nani?
Nazuna Nanaxa. There you go.
Nanaska Nazuna. No, you do it Japanese. Do it Japanese.
Nazuna Nanaxa.
No.
Nakusa? The you.
Isn't that her family name?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
reverse. You want me to reverse it?
Do
Oh.
reverse.
Woo!
Making fun of me.
Nanaxa Nazuna.
Nanaxa. Kusa.
Nanakusa, but the U is silent.
Nanaxa.
So Nanaxa Nazuna.
That is literally a thing. Like that.
I love her name.
That you literally think that he's lying. That's literally a thing. Ohio gozaimasu, right? When you say it to somebody. But when I was over there, I'd enter the office. Literally, all you'd hear was "Zaimasu." I was like, what? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be cool too. I tried. No, but after I got the hang of it, I was
like the opening, Yofukashi no Uta.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the title, and that's what they say in the chorus. And to me, it sounds like they say Yofukash. They dropped the U and they dropped the I. No Uta, and because they say no Uta together, it sounds like one word.
Yeah.
It's so hard to say with dropping the U and the I. It's so hard.
That's Japanese, bro. All right.
But anyways, coming back to the story, what else did you have a gripe with?
That was it. That was
honestly it. That's not that's not much.
Yeah, that's
cool.
not much. So it was good. Animation. Top tier, godly animation.
Bringing it back to Durarara. If you like the Durarara animation and the cuts that they did with Durarara, and even the artwork of the town is very similar to this, even though the artwork of the animation of the characters is different, but like the background is very similar to Durarara.
Yeah.
And the way they cut is very similar.
And Durarara is like one of like a good anime that I really like. So it definitely made me think of it as I was watching it as well. So the animation, absolutely godly, just amazing animation.
It just flowed really well for the story.
Flowed, Jibun will flow. The aesthetic for it too was just like so pleasing to your eyes, and you're just like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like, this is great. Oh, one of the things that I did like, but that was unreal, is that there's always star showing. So I'm like, light pollution, bro. That's unreal, bro. That's not how the world works.
Well, Nazuna, remember? Oh, well, if you're talking about like every day, right?
Yeah, like every day I see stars. I'm like, bro, there's light pollution here. There's no way this is actually
Yeah. Because like the first episode, they went to a building all the way to the top, and Ko was all like, "Why are we here?" And Nazuna was like, "So we could get closer to the moon." And I was like, "Damn, that's very romantic, bro." She wasn't trying, bro. She was just trying.
Yeah.
And then she pushed him off.
Speaking of that, one of the other reasons I really liked it is because I also had a similar experience when I was like in high school. So it really brought me back to that time and the things that I was experiencing at the time. Like I was like 16 or something. So I was not expecting that from this anime. It's just like, bro, like that. When I was looking at Ko, I was like, that's you, bro. I was like, no shot. Like, that is crazy.
We've mainly been talking about Ko and Nazuna.
Yeah.
But there's other characters. When you watch the opening, you'll see all the characters that were introduced. We get 7 episodes in, and we still only have Nazuna, Ko, Akira, a childhood friend, and then I forgot the other dude's name, but there's another childhood friend, but he only shows up like late in the game. Yeah. He only shows up for like 1 episode at that time. I told Eric when I was watching, I'm like, in the opening, there's like 5 other characters. We're halfway through where they're at.
Where you at, bro?
And then the next episode, after I mentioned that to him, boom, they show up. 5 characters in 1 episode may seem like a little much, but I think this story their introduction was told very well.
Yeah,
this story did a good job in introducing them, and they're all vampires. So now we have a crew of vampires. So Nazuna basically is part of a group of vampires, and they kidnap our boy Ko to find out, like, what's your relationship with Nazuna? Like, we know that she's not getting a lover. Like, we know her for years, bro. We're not going to talk about her because she was busy fighting another vampire blonde named Seti.
They were fighting. They were fighting.
She cut her arm off.
Immediately. Just...
She tried to flirt with Ko, and she's all like, Sundedes don't play that game, bro. God, toma! And meanwhile, the other vampires were interrogating Ko, basically. What I really liked about their introduction is they say that vampires, their jobs is to create offsprings. They don't have children, so they can't get pregnant. These are all women. They can't get pregnant. What they mean by offsprings, that's not what they mean. They mean our job is to make people, not just men, they're all women, fall in love with them, fight them, make them into vampires too. Hence we grow, because we've been dwindling throughout the centuries. I love this episode because we get to see each one of them, like how they interact.
Oh,
like,
with Ko?
Their style, yeah. Their style of flirting with someone. Different. Each one of them is different. Like the like seems like the head one, the one with red hair. And she's all like, hey kid.
She's a super Chad. She's just like, she takes front and center, basically tells you straight up.
And the other girls are commentating like, yeah, this is how she flirts, bro. She makes you feel comfortable. She makes it sound like she's just one of the guys. That's how she gets you, bro. Then another girl tries and she kind of looks like a loli, a little bit way more mature than a loli, but still looked loli-ish. And she uses like that kawaiiness
to get
it's like, oh, there's that childlike feature that she always uses to try to flirt with people. But each one of them has like their own flirting style. And I love that episode. The fact that they all tried.
Exactly. And it's really good because it separates the characters. That way you're like, whoa, like this one's different, like they're all unique in their own way.
So we didn't get much of their personalities because it's 5 characters in one episode.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But just the fact that we got to see how each one of them flirts tells you a lot
about their character.
About them.
Yeah, so
which I like.
Brilliantly done.
Yep.
Indubitably.
Akira, his childhood friend, she also has like insomnia. She couldn't sleep. One day she goes out at night or in the morning. He's going back home. It's like 4 a.m. And she tells, and they bump into each other, and she's all like, yeah, I take walks like 2 hours before I head to school. He's like, that's crazy. You're out here? Yeah, but I'm out here all night. And she's like, that's crazier? Because he stopped going to school, and she's like, I was worried about you. He's like, wait, we don't even talk at school. Like, why would you be worried about me? And he had a transceiver or receiver watch that they come back to the past, and he had left one just to see if some rando was gonna pick it up and it'd be funny to talk to some random person. He never had the courage to press the button to try to talk to the other person who has the watch. It's 2 watches.
It's like a walkie-talkie.
They're like walkie-talkies. Coincidentally, where he placed it was the mailbox, because it was an apartment complex and it was on the mailbox of her family. She saw him do it, so she thought it was a gift for her. So ever since then, she's like, we're friends. Like, we hang out at the park. He did that because we're friends. And she always had it because she was waiting for him to talk to her.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of sweet on her part. Yeah. She's not a romantic interest because he totally tells her, but the trust in there that he tells her everything, hey, I'm going to become a vampire out of the freaking blue. And she's like, think about it. But then he hears his side of the story, and she's like, okay, I'll support you as a friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. Because I thought at first that she might have been a romantic interest, but no, she's just a friend that supports him.
Yeah. And it was really, really dope. And then if you're going to bring in the second character.
Well, before him,
okay.
I was just thinking that I've actually like had a friend like that. Mm-hmm. Her vibe of just being like that chill friend, that cool friend, that supportive friend.
Yeah. Like
I've met people like that. That's what I really like vibe with that character.
Yeah.
Like she was one of my favorite characters in the series, so probably my second favorite character after Nazuna.
She's my second favorite character.
Yeah, I just like that she's like that friend, but just that friend that's there for you, right? To hear you out and that chills with you. Because after that, like they meet up every morning.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, and there was a joke that Nazuna is all like, you don't have any friends, kid, do you? He's all like, no. And she laughed. And then when he met Akira, he's all like, why would you be worried about me? She's all like, because we're friends, right? And his eyes open like,
we're friends?
And then like they say bye to each other. So he runs back to Nazuna's apartment and he uses his watch to contact her because he has 2. And then she's all like, hey, I'm about to go to sleep, kid. What do you want? Hey, Nazuna, I actually do have one friend. And she loses it. Then he has another friend that he meets. And do you have anything to add about him?
He was just also another real one. Like he was real AF. Like
I like that they related so much. So he was also going out at night because he had another mature lady that he was into, that he was trying to confess to, but he was nervous because of their age gap.
yeah.
And Ko is kind of going through with that with Nazuna.
Yeah.
But because she's a vampire and she's like, I've
thousands
lived
of years.
he talks to Ko, and they haven't really talked much, but when they were kids, they would play in the park together. And ever since then, he just considered him a friend. And then Ko just tells him like, do it, bro. Like, what else do you got to lose? He's like, you feel all that pressure that you're feeling? He's like, yeah, just let it go. Do it. Whatever happens, we'll deal with it after. Like, you talk to me later. But then he didn't know that he wanted to become a vampire. So when he finds out he wants to become a vampire, he's like, are you sure you want to do that, bro?
Like, think about
he
that,
really,
bro.
he also kind of, because Anko tells him, the detective chick tells his friend, like, also like negatively, like everything negative about a vampire. But when he tells him what Anko told him and Ko was talking with him, he's like, yeah, but that's not my experience. Like, you have your own experience with vampires. My experience with vampires was bad.
Yeah.
I trust you. But if that's your decision, cool.
They were real AF friends.
Supportive, bro.
Like supportive friends. And it was so good to see, dude. It was very nice. It was very nice. I cried.
It's weird because it's supernatural, but the characters, like their personalities and their traits were similar to what I've seen in person.
Yeah.
That's what I really loved about this anime.
Yeah.
I know a person that's kind of like that or similar to that. That's what I really liked about this anime. There was a lot of that. Like every once in a while you'll see an anime or I'll watch an anime where I'm like, or a manga where I'm like, yeah, I know that type of person, or I've seen that type of person.
Yeah.
But this one, heavily a lot more consistent than others.
Dang, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. It's like Ko, like his mindset. I really liked. I forgot to mention this. You talk about inclusive.
Oh yeah.
So there was, like I said, we were introduced to 5 vampires, 5 new characters. And at one point when Anko called the cops on him in the last episode, he was running and he was hiding in a kid's slide. And then he meets one of the vampires, Hatsuka. And he's all like, oh, what's up? What are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to run from the cops. My apartment's like right here. Like, you want to go to my apartment? She had like people in there that were like stupid or crazy obsessed with her. And she told them like, hey, garbage, get out. And they got out. And then she takes a bath. And then she forgot a towel. So she tells Ko, hey, Ko, screams out to Ko, like, bring me a towel. He finds a towel, takes it in the bathroom. And like I'm saying, this series is not really ecchi. We don't get like oversized opis or cleavages being shown or anything like that. But then here we see bare chest, and I'm like, that's weird. Like that threw me off for a second until I noticed. I'm like, that's not. There's no opis, and even Ko's all like. And then he's sitting in the couch. He's all like, "You're a guy." So this entire time it was a trap. He's like, yeah, I'm a guy. And again, I love Ko because he's a sponge. He's experiencing all these, so he doesn't have a prejudiced mind. He just accepts everything and everyone as they are. So and he's very curious. He just straight up asks him like, why do you dress up? Hatsuka is like, it's because I'm beautiful, bro. I look good in women's clothing, so. And it's easier for me to flirt with people when they think I'm a girl. They totally drop their guard.
And then Ko's like, all right, cool, makes sense.
And so in this point, that's when Nazuna already knows like Ko probably doesn't want to become a vampire. So she goes to the other crew of vampires. She's all like, hey, I'm not gonna make Ko a vampire. Mess with him, I'm gonna kill y'all. And they're like, that's not how it works, chief. And then one of them sends Hatsuka a message. He reads it and he's all like, hey, Nazuna's in trouble. And then Ko's all like, I gotta go. He's like, sit your ass down, boy. You're a human. You're not gonna do shit. He's all like, but you know, the only way you're gonna save her, right? He's like, if I become a vampire? It's like, yeah, so all of the, because he told Hatsuka like everything. Are you gonna become a vampire? And he's like, you know what? You know who can turn you into a vampire? Because you're taking too long with Nazuna. And he's all like, what? He's like, yeah, I can turn you into a vampire. Hatsuka, the trap, is saying, I can turn you to a vampire and I guarantee that I can do it. It's like, how? Because no one understands you better than I. Hatsuka tells Ko, right now you're confused. Like, you don't know. You're at a crossroads in your life where you're just learning about yourself and you're taking in so much that is misleading you to who you want to be. Like, I know myself. I was there. Like, I get you, bro. Like, the situation is different, but the feeling is kind of mutual. And then Ko's all like, well, if I couldn't fall in love with Nazuna, then what makes you think I'm gonna fall in love with you? And then Asuka's like, is it because I'm a guy? Love Ko's answer. He's all like, that has nothing to do with it. He's like, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. Like, when it comes to love, I don't think gender matters. Plus, you have a pretty face.
Hey, bro. There you go.
Inclusive?
There you go. My boy is inclusive, bro.
But then that hits him. He's like, but like, I like you, Hatsuka, but it's like, it just has to be Nazuna. Kind of like where the end of the episode leads to, where he's like, yeah, it has to be her. It can be nobody else but her. Just that moment alone right there. He's curious. He's a sponge. He's open to anything. And he questions everything, just like I do. Rating overall, 10 out of 10 for me. Usually I'll give 10 out of 10 to animes that I would watch over and over again. And this is one that I can say I watch. I don't do it, but this is one that I could do it with.
Yeah. Okay.
Watching.
Nice. There you go.
Go ahead.
JT's. For mine, I'd give it 8 out of 10. It was just something more that I guess I wanted from it, honestly, in terms of just like feeling something. Like the fact that I was able to relate to Ko in that way because of a similar experience brought it up really high. Because if I can relate to the character, then, you know, there's something there. But I guess for me, it was just something else that I missed in terms of like trying to feel something for it. And I didn't really get it with this anime. It was enjoyable. Like JT said, animation, music, story-wise, it was all good. But overall, 8 out of 10 for me. And that was it for this Feeling Like, which was Call of the Night. Check it out, please. And if you've watched this whole video and you're just like, nah, Chief, no thanks. The music.
You like hip hop? Go check it out.
Go check it out, man. And thank you guys so much for watching this. We hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, out.